12 o'clock Saturday, ACC Network, probably followed by some lacrosse match or some traditions of North Carolina, why the hell are the Tar Heels and all that other stuff. But 12 o'clock, Bobby Bowden Field, Florida State, Georgia Tech. Does Florida State get their first regular season win over the Yellow Jackets since 2003?
And we cover.
I was surprised to see that line.
Bold.
3?
Bold.
Did it? It's still. You said it's 23 now.
I saw 23.
Cool. I told Antonio Cromartie we win about 25, so I'm going. I'm good. Anything over 25, that's too much.
So, what's your score prediction? We need a score. Mark's got to put a score on a banner, so he needs a score.
All right. I'm going to say they're going to score a fluke touchdown. So we're going to go 35-10.
I saw 23. I saw 24. Would you say 31-10?
35-10.
35-10. Jason, you're up.
I was at that game. James was on the field. He had a better seat than I did. Although I think I was like row 2 in the student section at that point. I had a scam. I was an RA in Kellum Hall. Rest in peace, Kellum Hall. We had a good scam. I used to do a good thing with scamming the student tickets. I think Florida State wins. I don't think it's going to be the same way we beat Boston College. I'd love a beatdown like we did against Boston College. I would absolutely love that. I think Florida State does enough to get a comfortable win and saves their energy for Miami. And I think the stretch run of the month of November will decide what this team will do. I'm going to say Florida State 38, Georgia Tech 17. I think Georgia Tech gets a fluke touchdown in the fourth quarter, maybe a fluke 10 points in the fourth quarter to make it closer than what that score is. But I'm going to say 38-17 Florida State. Hell, at this rate, I'll take 3-0. I don't care.
If the boy who quarterbacked the other night against Virginia is going to start the entire game, and I got to guess, James, that maybe some of these quarterbacks who get their first extended play in a meaningful game for the first time in deer in headlights, but then they get that next week to prep and prepare, kind of come out maybe a different player, some of them, that next go around.
I mean, yeah, you get more reps. You got to think. The one reps all year have been going to Jeff Sims. And how practices normally go, especially when you're doing install, got 5 minutes. The first half of that period is all ones. If they mess up and they go over, let's say they go 3.5 minutes, you're not getting every play. And then when you're doing 11 on 11, you're getting most of the work, especially when you're at this back half of the season where you guys got guys banged up and you don't want guys having to do too much. So, and it's different to watch it on film than to see it in real life. But I do know this: guys have not had experience with the type of athletes. I still believe. I think for the reason why I'm disappointed is Florida State has better athletes than they had the last 2 years. He has not seen that kind of speed coming off the edge, and he also has not seen the kind of speed that they'll have at corner. And what you do with young guys now in a game when you have a situation where a quarterback comes in. You go straight base to where until you understand what's happening with you. Now, if you got a chance to study all week, I think they're bringing pressure. And it's one thing you don't get hit in practice. So quarterbacks throw the ball and they get, they've hit the quarterback quite a bit this year in Florida State. So I wish they had more sacks, but they're getting back there. So it'd be interesting to see this young man get baptized.
Typically, my picks are on Patreon. We'll throw a freebie at you there.
Yeah.
29-10, a lot of defense. His wide receivers are bad.
How the hell
they let him down big in that game.
How the hell do you get 29 points?
Over and over.
How do you get 29 points?
Jason, do me a favor. Look at last week's scores. Not every score is 28, 35, 24.
It's fine. I understand. I'm trying to figure out.
We miss an extra point,
yeah.
And we get a safety.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, yeah, that sounds like Florida State football.
I'm just saying, like that could. That's the first thing I'm like, you know what? Well, I believe that could happen in our game.
My other thought was 2 touchdowns and 5 field goals. And I thought there's no way in hell we make 5 field goals in the game. We can barely make 1, so that's why I was just trying to figure out what this one. Missed extra point. That sounds like FSU. Got it.